Since I was in elementary school, I was the one of the participants and member of a Girl Scout of the Philippines. I had a classmate who mentioned the Lady Boy Scout. I'd admit I was the one of the haters or a basher in Lady Boy Scout. When I was in elementary school, because it shamed corny to hear that word for me. I just excited and disappointed with myself, or even though of that word, I will be included in that organization. I'm also happy because somehow being a scout is easy to feel. Sometimes there are questions in my mind. Why? How did they have that ability or surpass to be an Eagle Scout, and soon they're suffering despite their time? My mind can also play sometimes, so I can't avoid that either because I'm so proud of being a scout. What are the experience of other scouts in joining the Boy Scout of the Philippines? Will it help them or what? Questions that I also experienced despite joining the Boy Scout of the Philippines. If you love scouting, what are you waiting for? So watch this video.
So first and foremost, good morning to each and everyone. When it comes to leading my team here in Sandidap Council, first as a leader, you need to know the members on what are their capabilities in doing their tasks, especially when it comes to technology or when it comes to character development or any aspects of the field. And second is whether you will plan or you will go through to an activity, you need to plan it thoroughly when it comes to the possibilities and the probabilities in the success of the activity. In that, you will have a various or a multiple plans in order for that activity to be a successful one.
3, 2, 1.
As a Chief Girl Scout medalist here in the Philippines, us Scouts can help our environment by protecting it, preserving it, planting more trees, recycling plastic bottles into a creative way, discipline ourselves by throwing our trash into a right bin where our garbage belongs to, and more. As a valiant Eagle Scout in the Philippines, in my experience with interviews, activities, and trainings, the very moment that I could say that that has made me happy and challenged was during the board of review, the national board of review rather, for Eagle Scouts. And that was the time when I was able to show my true self in front of the panelists. I was able to speak the true Lian, the true self that I am, and that I was not afraid if the panelists would think something different about me, because I know that whatever I shared to them, I know that I was making sense, and I know that whatever I told them, I know that I had this sort of fire inside me, that I wanted to keep on inspiring scouts every day to not hide themselves behind the curtains, but let themselves shine outside those curtains. It challenged me because I was able to to set myself on fire because I wasn't really actually prepared before the board of review. I was there so spontaneous with whatever I was gonna do during that day, and I did not regret it because I was happy and I was very much satisfied and contented with what I answered the panelists and what I shared to all of them, especially my experience in life. And that's it. It was the National Board of Review for Eagle Scouts that has made me happy and challenged the most.
For me, and I think to my fellow scouts as well, is very challenging for us because the essence of training of scouting is far on what we are doing in school. Scouts trained us to be practical about lifelong skills and fun games, an activity which we do or implement outdoors. So that's why for me it's very challenging and hard to adjust during the stressful times of the pandemic. But as a scout, if there's a will, there's a way. So we did a variety of activities that we conduct virtually, like making video biography about the heroes, conducting virtual meetings, and more on dialogue for peace. The activities were limited and only be implemented online, but scouting still prevail and always have a way to keep the scouting spirit alive. Hopefully, after the pandemic, we scouts will continue to strive the purpose, principles in the community and country.
The hardest part of my scouting journey is that my application in Eagle Scout rank way back 2018, because there's a lot of staff things that I need to comply, that I need to pass, and also the review, the things that I have to recall. But then after that, after the efforts that I put into, it didn't work at all. So I decided to lilo to cut my connection in scouting, just to give way to my research defense, and to my academics also. To cope up with that problem, my scouting advisor and my friends, they helped me to pursue my dream, which is to become an Eagle Scout. We work together just to apply again, even if it was not just too late, but it is kinda 2 years late. And then the knowledge and the skills that I need to remember began to sink into my mind. But then, after the efforts that we put it through, the review, the sleepless night, it didn't work at all. I passed the board of review for Eagle Scout in current year, in this year, 2022, last February 12. And in addition to that, my fear in social interaction and cooperation with others, I just finally cope up, because I learned how to cooperate and how to maximize my communication skills with the other person.
As a part of Boy Scouts of the Philippines, I lead myself for a change and aiming to a better future by guiding Scout Oath in law, and to help other people, even small or big, like how our leader taught us. To serve my country without expecting any replacement. Many young people train leadership in our country because we believe that they are the next leader for the next generation. That's why we're sharing them a knowledge so they can help and contribute to our country. If they give
giving me opportunity as a president of Boy Scouts of the Philippines, my policies is Scouts should not incite a fight ever. Scouts should treat each other as a equals. And last, Scout leaders should not become too strictly. How can they be implemented? I will explain to all members of the Boy Scout of the Philippines why this my policies is very important with deep meaning and they can understand my policies. Why? Because all of us we want to a better scouting movement.
First of all, scouting helps each scout to be aware that what is happening in our society, and that is why its motto is Together We Serve. And as a scout, I have learned that the main objective of scouting is to make this world a better place to live in for everyone. That is possible by having unity in maintaining the environment clean, green, and alive. These habits are what Rover Scouting is promoting, and this prove that the Scouts have the willingness to make it possible. In other words, we, the Scouts, are one of the earth saver because we are guided by the Scouting section wherein serving the community is our main priority. In addition, amid the COVID-19 pandemic, we are continuing what we have started, which is the cleanup drives, and we are also conducting tree planting activities in different areas in our community that will benefit the future generations and most especially to our future scouts.